Storm brewing outside your window. Not the kind made of rain and thunder, but the kind built from noise, opinions, distractions, and expectations. The world throws chaos at your door every single day, demanding that you react, that you break, that you bend to its rhythm. It whispers that you're not enough. It shouts that you're too much. It pulls you in 1,000 directions, hoping you'll forget the one direction that matters most: inward. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." These words weren't written in comfort. They were carved in the margins of war, in the silence between battles, by a man who ruled an empire, yet understood that true power lives in the space between what happens to us and how we choose to respond. Life doesn't ask permission before it tests you. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It arrives unannounced, carrying heartbreak, disappointment, loss, and uncertainty. And in those moments, when the ground feels unsteady beneath your feet, you have a choice. You can let the storm consume you, or you can become the calm within it. That's not denial. That's not pretending the pain doesn't exist. It's recognizing that your reaction, your mindset, your inner dialogue holds more weight than any external force ever could. This isn't about being unfeeling. It's about being unmoved by what you cannot control. It's about understanding that 93% of the problems we carry aren't problems at all. They're reactions. They're the stories we tell ourselves when we forget who we truly are. They're the weight we pick up voluntarily and carry as if it's our identity. Today, you're going to learn 12 life lessons rooted in Stoicism, the ancient philosophy that taught emperors and slaves alike how to find peace in chaos, strength in silence, and freedom in acceptance. These aren't just concepts, they're tools. They're keys to doors you didn't know were locked, and once you open them, you'll see that the life you've been chasing was waiting inside you all along. Each lesson will challenge you, some will comfort you, others will shake the foundation of what you thought you knew, but all of them will bring you closer to the version of yourself that no longer flinches at storms because you've learned to carry your own sky. So, before we begin, I need something from you. If this message resonates, if something inside you knows you're ready for this shift, hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to this channel because we're building a community of people who refuse to stay broken. And whatever you do, don't skip a single part of this video. Every lesson builds on the last. Every word is here for a reason. This isn't content. This is transformation. The world wants a reaction, but you're about to learn how to give it a response. And that response starts with belief. If you're ready to take control, comment, "I choose my response, not my reaction." Number 1, believing in yourself is the first secret of success. No plan works. If you don't believe you're worthy of seeing it through, let's start with the hardest truth you'll hear today. Your life will never rise higher than your belief in yourself, not your talent, not your connections, not even your effort. Belief is the soil. Everything else is just the seed. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." He didn't say dream it. He didn't say wish it. He said say it to yourself first, because belief begins as a whisper in your own mind before it becomes a reality in the world. Think about the plans you've abandoned, the goals you set on January 1st that died by February. The promises you made to yourself that you broke before anyone else even knew they existed. Why did they fail? Was it lack of time, lack of resources? Or was it something quieter, something deeper? A voice inside that said, "Who are you kidding? This isn't for people like you." That voice is a liar, but it's convincing. It uses your past against you. It takes every mistake, every failure, every moment you fell short, and it builds a case. It tells you that evidence of your unworthiness is stacked too high to ignore, and if you listen long enough, you'll believe it. Decided that your potential is worth pursuing, even when the outcome is uncertain. It means you stop waiting for permission from the world and start giving it to yourself. No plan works if you're executing it while secretly hoping it fails, so you can prove yourself right about your own limitations. That's self-sabotage dressed as effort. Real belief shows up differently. It's quiet. It's steady. It doesn't need applause. It just keeps moving, one step at a time, even when no one's watching. You want to fix your problems? Start here. Start by looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I am worthy of the life I'm building. I am capable of seeing this through. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to believe I'm worth the try. Say it even if you don't fully feel it yet. Say it until the doubt gets quieter. Say it until belief becomes your default setting, because the world is full of talented people who never made it, full of smart people who stayed stuck, full of dreamers who never did. And the difference? Belief. Not arrogance, not entitlement, just a simple, solid knowing that you belong in the arena of your own life. You do. You always have. Speak this into existence below. I am worthy of every goal I set. Number 2, a negative mind will never give you a positive life. You become what you think. Guard your thoughts like treasure. Your mind is not neutral ground. It's a garden, and whatever you plant there, whatever you water, whatever you allow to take root, that's what grows. You can't scatter seeds of doubt, worry, and bitterness and expect to harvest peace. It doesn't work that way. It never has. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Read that again. Most of the pain you carry isn't happening to you right now. It happened yesterday, or you fear it will happen tomorrow. But right now, in this present moment, you're safe, you're breathing, you're here. Yet your mind convinces you otherwise because you've trained it to search for danger, to expect disappointment, to rehearse disaster. That's what a negative mind does. It doesn't protect you, it imprisons you. It takes a single setback and turns it into a life sentence. It takes one person's opinion and makes it your identity. It takes uncertainty and paints it black before you've even seen what color it actually is. And here's the cruelest part. You become what you think, not sometimes, not eventually, always. Your thoughts shape your emotions drive your actions create your results, and those results, they reinforce the very thoughts that started the cycle. If you think you're unworthy, you'll act unworthy. If you act unworthy, you'll attract situations that confirm it. And then you'll say, "See, I knew I wasn't good enough," but you weren't predicting the future. You were creating it. This is why guarding your thoughts isn't optional. It's survival. You wouldn't drink poison and expect your body to thrive. So why consume toxic thoughts and expect your life to flourish? Every time you replay that criticism, every time you predict failure, every time you tell yourself you're not capable, you're drinking poison. And the damage is real, even if it's invisible. But the opposite is also true. When you guard your mind, when you become intentional about what you allow in, everything shifts. You start to notice that most of your problems aren't external, they're internal interpretations. The situation didn't defeat you. Your thoughts about the situation did. And if your thoughts created the prison, your thoughts can also build the key. Start small. Catch yourself when negativity creeps in. Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Say, "That's a thought, not a truth." Replace it with something that serves you, not fake positivity. Not pretending everything's perfect, just something real and constructive. This is hard, but I've handled hard before. I don't have the answer yet, but I'm capable of finding it. This hurts, but it won't hurt forever. Your mind will resist at first. It's been practicing negativity for years. It's comfortable there, but you're stronger than your habits. You're more powerful than your patterns. And every time you choose a better thought, you're building a better life. Negativity is a thief. It robs you of joy, energy, hope, and possibility. And the worst part, you're the one who opened the door, but you can also close it. You can stand guard. You can decide that your mind is sacred ground, and only thoughts that build you up are allowed to stay. Guard it like treasure, because it is. Drop this powerful truth. I guard my mind with intention and strength. Number 3. Don't count the days, make the days count. Time doesn't wait. Use each day to leave a mark, not a tally. You're not promised tomorrow. I know you know that. But do you live like you know it? Or do you scroll, postpone, and tell yourself you'll start living when the timing's better, when you're ready, when things settle down? Marcus Aurelius said, "Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly." That's not morbid, that's clarity, because the moment you realize time isn't infinite, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. We count days like we're keeping score. Only 2 more days until Friday, just 30 more days until vacation, 5 more years until retirement. We measure time by how fast we can escape the present, and in doing so, we miss the only time we actually have, now. You're not living in the future, you're not living in the past, you're living right now. And this moment, this unremarkable, ordinary Tuesday afternoon, is your life. Not the highlight reel, not the big moments you're waiting for. This, right here. So, the question isn't how many days you have left. The question is, what are you doing with the one you're standing in? Making the days count doesn't mean every moment has to be extraordinary. It means you stop sleepwalking through your own existence. It means you show up, you engage, you choose presence over numbness, you stop treating today like a placeholder for someday. Maybe making today count means having that conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe it means finally starting the project that's been living in your head for months. Maybe it's as simple as putting your phone down and actually looking at the people you love. It doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be intentional. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for your fear or your doubt or your excuses. It moves forward, indifferent and unstoppable, and every day you spend waiting for the perfect moment is a day you'll never get back. There is no perfect moment. There's only this one, and it's already slipping through your fingers. The Stoics understood this deeply. They practiced memento mori. Remember, you must die, not to be depressing, but to be awake. To remember that life is short and precious, and not to be squandered on resentment, distraction, or delay. They knew that the awareness of death isn't the enemy of life, it's the fuel for it. So stop counting, stop waiting, stop treating your days like they're disposable. Each one is a gift, wrapped in 24 hours, given to you with no guarantee of another. You can spend it mindlessly, or you can spend it meaningfully. You can let it pass, or you can leave a mark on yourself, on others, on the world. And that mark doesn't have to be visible to everyone. It just has to be real to you. It's the decision to be kinder today, to try harder, to forgive faster, to love deeper, to stop postponing the life you say you want and start building it, one present moment at a time. The days are counting themselves. The question is, are you making them count? Commit to this moment. Type, "Today is my life and I will live it fully." Number 4. If you can stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Calm is your power. Your response is your victory. Winning doesn't always look like triumph. Sometimes it looks like silence. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like staying steady when everything around you is falling apart. That's not weakness. That's mastery. Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Those words have echoed through centuries because they hold a truth most people never grasp. You can't control the chaos, but you can control yourself within it. And that control? That's where your real power lives. Negative situations are inevitable. Betrayal, loss, disappointment, failure. They're not anomalies. They're part of the human experience. The world doesn't owe you fairness. It doesn't owe you easy. It just is. And within that reality, you have one choice that changes everything: how you respond. Most people react. They explode. They collapse. They let the negativity infect them until they become the very energy they're trying to escape. They match anger with anger, chaos with chaos, pain with bitterness, so they lose twice, once to the situation and once to themselves. But staying positive in a negative situation doesn't mean pretending everything's fine. It doesn't mean slapping on a smile and ignoring the hurt. It means choosing not to let the situation steal your peace. It means refusing to give your power away to circumstances, people, or outcomes you can't control. Think about the last time someone tried to provoke you. Maybe they insulted you, dismissed you, or pushed your buttons intentionally. If you reacted, if you snapped back, if you let them pull you into their storm, they won. They controlled your emotions. They dictated your energy. But if you stayed calm, if you responded with clarity instead of chaos, if you refused to match their frequency, you won. Not because you dominated them, but because you remained sovereign over yourself. Calm is not passive. Calm is power in its purest form.